Well, I guess it's afternoon at this point. So, on the last Thursday of the year, I'm super excited about what we have accomplished this year. Everybody, thank you so much for continuing to support us this year. And again, we couldn't have gone this far without your help, without your support. Again, I'm Rev Rob Johnson, and you're tuned in to our Thursday special where we talk about money. I know, money, 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 money. If if our guy, I believe there's a movie quote that says, "Show me the money." I can't think. I'm sure Stoy is probably going to give me the movie title once he gets on. I can't remember, but I know Cuba Gooding Jr. is screaming, "Show me the money," and that's where we found ourselves now. Even with the stimulus package coming out, people being able to receive some of their stimulus funds. Before we get to Story, do me a favor, everybody. I need you to subscribe so that you can continue to support our operation. But also, we would love for you to donate. We need your help going into 2021 so that we can continue to do this. The only way that we can continue to do this is if people like you donate. So at the end of this, please go to newfrontieraction.com where you will be able to sign up for our email list. You'll be able to see all of our smiling faces as far as those who are working on the team. And then you will also be able to see the work that we're putting in and be able to donate towards the causes that we're continuously working for. With that being said, y'all already know him. He's been here for the last month. He is our money guy, Mr. Stoy Hall. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
And I am doing the best I can today.
Right? It's about ready to be this thing over. I mean, we only got 12 hours left of this year.
I know, right? Look, this year's been crazy. But look, 2021, it better come in and act right.
Yeah, right.
Come in and act right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have some words. Man, this year's been crazy.
Yes.
You've had a lot of conversations. You've done some big deals. You've been in the streets with me. You've been in the office. You've been doing everything that you can this year. Family is good, and we find ourselves now coming to a close, coming to an end of this on the very last day, New Year's Eve. So, do me a favor. The time is now yours, man. Kind of give us a wrap up on this economy, on this year of 2020, and kind of what people should be looking for next year.
Yeah, let's talk about like the big things that happened this year.
Yeah.
We go into January in an election year, right? That's always causes the economy to, well, from a stock market standpoint, to not be normal and kind of just lackluster. Then you got the economy standpoint in an election year. A lot of people hoard cash. They don't know what's going to happen or who's doing what. So that's January. That's normal. We're used to that. You know, the stock market's flying high. Then we get into February, and now we potentially might be going to war with Iran and Russia and China. And oil decides to do something it hasn't done ever. And now that market's gone, and people have lost billions of dollars. At one point, oil per barrel on the futures, they paid you money. It was negative.
Yep.
So now we're in February, right? Now you're starting to get little things of this virus or whatever this sickness is happening. And then March hits, March 23rd, the bottom of the stock market, the start of the lockdown and the shutdowns and everything that's going on. And we're all now, we don't know what's going to happen. We have no clue what's about to happen. That starts to recover a little bit because we don't know, we don't have enough information. And then George Floyd and protests and the things that, you know, for us hit us really, really hard. And that was something else. Right. And so we've got that takes up our all summer. We're out in the streets, pounding, doing everything we can. And really that takes up the most of the year, which is the most important piece of it. The humanities piece, it's a big deal. Okay. And then the economy keeps going. School comes into play. Do we go to school? Do we not go to school? The stock market's recovered to a degree that no one thought it would, but no one's working. How is this happening? No one's traveling. How is this happening? No one really knows. Kids are going to school. No one can move. No one can leave America because all the other countries are like, you guys, no, you stay
Shut
there.
it down. Shut it
Yeah,
down.
slow it down. Figure yourself out, America, and then maybe you can come across our borders. Then we have the election, right? Which election day runs smooth as it has, and then afterwards, now we're dealing with what's about to happen, what's going to happen, um, even though no fraud has been found, right? Well, that hurts the economy because you've got one side not working, one side working. Business owners, we don't know, is there a stimulus coming? Is this next president going to hurt our taxes? Are they not going to hurt our taxes? And then we get into, hey, we just had a stimulus get approved on Sunday.
Yep.
$600, even though the president went 2,000, which I applauded. And here we are. It's New Year's Eve, and we've got a year from a standpoint of just reflection of things we've never seen and never dealt with. And I don't think we'll see a lot of it in 1 year to combine. But overall, you look at our economy and people still aren't working. The stock market keeps going up. We don't have enough stimulus to support the normal person. And
20
so
million
overall,
people unemployed.
what?
20 million people unemployed.
Unemployed, 20 million. So from that standpoint, how are we surviving? How are we doing this? And I get asked that question all the time. What's 2021 going to look like? And we'll talk about that later, but let's focus on 2020. You have a collapse. When I talk about collapse, I'm talking about just the stock market. You've got that happen in 23 and March 23rd. We've rebounded. We went above. We've made money, a lot of money this year. But how? We have 20 million people not working, right? Where's that money happening? Well, what's happening is people aren't working, but they're starting to invest. They're starting to invest their money and saying, well, I can't work, so I'm going to make my money work for me, which has been phenomenal.
Wow.
But now we've got this disconnect between the stock market and the economy, right? We've got one that's going sky high, and we've got one that we don't know what's going to happen because we've got 20 million people not working. And basic economics, if no one's working, what's going to happen later?
Yeah. We run out of money.
Yeah, we run out of no money unless we keep printing, which that might happen. But yeah, I mean, so that's the recap of 2020 and how all the big things that have happened. And I'm sure I missed a handful or 20, 30 more. The Tiger King, all that crap. I missed all that. You know what I mean? But the big things happened, and look where we're at. We got $600 coming.
Man, what do you think people should be doing for going into 2021?
Man, I truly think they need to hold on, and they need to go find other types of jobs and really focus on things that they want to do. We work with a lot of business owners and a lot of things, and they're still hiring. There's still need for jobs, which is important. But truly, I think hold on. And the reason I say that is, in everything I deal with is money-based. If you follow the money, typically things happen, right? If you would have followed the stock market and the live betting and the odds during the election, I knew Biden was going to win before everyone even started calculating votes, because the money shows first. The money's always going to do something first. And if you look at our economy, look at the stock market right now, it's stabilized itself after going on a run. To me, what that's telling me is hold on, because there is light at the end of this thing. Yes, the vaccines are happening. I know there's a new strain coming along. I'm not a science, so don't quote me on that piece. But the money itself is telling us that a lot of things are waiting for a release, and that release is going to come around the spring, early summer. So the most thing you can do is hold on. But secondly, look for a job that you never thought you would want to do or think to do, because it's not in your skill set or whatever, because they truly are out there. I mean, we just hired 2 people this week, so they're out there to be had. You just might have to get outside that comfort zone.
Man, you done hired 2 people and didn't even put your boy on, man?
Not yet. Hey, we don't have positions. What you want?
No. Mark is behind the scenes throwing stuff right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, man, we can't thank you enough for continuing to do this. People spent a lot of money doing Christmas. They're going to have to re-up and recoup what they lost. and we know that those payday loans and all of that stuff are not really good long term opportunities. What would you say to the people who are looking to go into next year and make some different decisions?
Yeah, that's a tough one, right? Because those aren't good long-term solutions, and we got to figure that out. And I'll go back to what we talked about last 2 weeks ago with the credit. You got to hone in on what your spending is. You truly do, and get to the core of the things that just allow you to survive, right? Because if you can then do that, you're probably doing enough to survive. Now you can take that extra time at night, maybe 9 o'clock at night, put the kids to bed, and then really focus on, okay, what's my next play? Is my next play starting a business? Is my next play getting a degree? Is my next play getting a designation? Is it reaching out to Robin Stoy? What is that next play? And then going on and doing that. But you can't get to that if you can't get the core of what your budget and your expenses are doing, because you're always stressed about that. Always. We all are. But once you actually can truly figure that out, that decision making ability comes back into your control. Your money's not in control anymore. And so going into the new year, yes, we're probably all going to be in a little more debt because of Christmas. Probably a lot of payday loans, check advances. People probably pull from their 401ks and stuff like that because of the CARES Act. Um, that's fine. Don't worry about that right now. You need to hone in on what your core is, what your core costs are, and then come to the decision of, okay, I'm no longer doing anything but what I need to survive, so I can spend that time in other resources getting me to where I want to go. And that could be just talking to us. That could be, like I said, getting a degree. I don't care what it is, but it needs that. You need time. You don't have that time if you're stressing about this payday loan or where my money's going. And that's ultimately what happens to us. We don't know where our money's going, so we start freaking out and we try to get more money some other way. But we need to know where it's going and how is it leaving my pocket.
Hey, look, money is so important, man. People have so many bills: daycare, car insurance, car note, mortgage, rent, cell phone, all of that stuff. You do life insurance and investments. With all of this stuff going into next year, how can we make sure that people are fitting in this so key thing called life insurance?
Yeah, that's a big one. And I had a lot of conversations with clients because even when they do have life insurance, and it can be relatively inexpensive, right? I tell a lot of people who are living paycheck to paycheck or even in debt, $5, $10, maybe even $20 tops, get some term insurance, get something. Because if you die, that's $100,000, $200,000. It changes your entire trajectory of your legacy in your life, in your beneficiary's life. So again, find your core, find an extra 5 or 10, $20, get some term insurance. Then let's figure out the bigger picture of investments, of a different type of insurance. But truly, if you don't lock that down, this is what happens. We get in this thing, we're in debt, right? We don't do anything, we get unhealthy, we end up dying. And now we've just left our family worse off in a bigger hole because now we can't bring in income, but now you have a spouse and 4 kids that are under the age of 15. They can't work. So what do? Right? Well,
Yeah.
$10 a month will take care of something like that.
Man, that is so good. Hey, we want to end on a positive note. Give me some encouraging words for people going into 2021, and
We,
then let us know where they can find you.
yeah, for sure. 2021 is really going to be a year of, I'm going to say, fun. It's going to be a year of fun. Okay, we went through change or are still going through a lot of change. But this ain't 2020 anymore. 2021 is about us having fun and getting to the ability to grow and get the things that we want done, right? Truly is. From an economic stocks and the money standpoint, there's a lot of money to be had in 2021. Um, in example for investments, we've got travel, we've got all those things that people can do are getting pounded in the stock market. Guess what's going to happen when we open up, right? Guess all these things that we want to do, the Iowa State Fair, all the fun things are going to start opening up again. And it's going to be even more joyful than you ever thought it was because we haven't had it and we haven't had the ability to do it. So that's why I'm saying 2021 is going to be fun. It's going to be
Yeah,
a lot of fun for all of us to get together, hang back out, and we'll still have to worry about the virus, but at least it'll be somewhat gone. So that's what I'm going to leave all of us with going into next year. That being said, how to reach me and reach us? Blackmammoth.com is our website. You could also find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, find us on Instagram, and hit me up on Facebook. If you really want to get to us, you can always text or call our business line at 515-420-0120. Again, 515-420-0120. And we'll hit you up and get back and respond with anything you need. I want to leave this too. Rob, I appreciate you, brother. I really do. We've been through a lot over the last 10, 12 years. We've known each other, and doing this, we talked about it, and we both said, let's do it. And we moved on, and here we are. So I'm glad we're doing it. I'm glad we're able to move forward a little bit with this discussion, and I look forward to 2021 and having some more fun.
Yeah, so everybody check this out. Next year, we're going to be bringing Stoy back, and we're going to be going into more into these money conversations because as an advocacy organization, our job is to provide an opportunity to get people knowledge so that you are armed with the information you need to help change lives. And then we're armed with the information so that we can go and advocate. People need more people. We have to pay people more wages. We have to fight for better funding. We have to get opportunities and other stimulus programs and other movements to continue to help make this stuff possible. Because one thing is for sure, Story, that you and I have seen is that people are struggling this year. This was one of the hardest years that people have gone through mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually, all of the above. And so I appreciate you for willing to tackle that financial piece and come on and say, hey, look, let's just have a conversation about how we can talk about money. So thank you, brother. And I'll see you next year, Stoy.
All right, brother. Sounds good.
See you later, man.
Peace.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is our final wrap up talking about money for this year. We may be back tonight. Who knows what happens tonight? It's December 31st. We getting ready to go into the new year. Who knows? We may just jump on tonight at 11:30 and just have a conversation with y'all. Who knows? But what I do know is that we love y'all. We appreciate you all, and we thank you. We thank you for continuing to support us. You're showing up every single time. You're coming in from some of our older generation to some of our younger. We thank you so much. We thank you for holding us accountable. We thank you for pushing us and motivating us this year. Thank you so much for continuing to help and support us. And to all of our donors this year, thank you for keeping us. Thank you for putting in some opportunity for us to continue this work. So thank you. Thank you to the team, to Eddie Morrow, Al, Scott, Mark, Luke, Princess, Diamond, Jay, Will. We thank you so much. We thank you so much to this team because without them, none of this would be possible. So thank you so much to our team. Listen, we will all get through this together. For any of you watching this, I want to end this by telling you, I love you and I'm proud of you. We made it. I'll see y'all next year.